Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature, and guess what? We actually have a working 3D printer again. Hooray! So I decided, without further ado, it was time for me to start working through my backlog of Bestiarum Miniatures models that they have put out. And July had some really cool models this year, and I absolutely had to go print out their Armanite Gorm Champion. And no, not this Gorm. And I apologize for his lack of angular light. But this Gorm. So I'm going to show you, here are all the pieces because he is a big boy. He consists of his head, gut plate, top torso, leg, scenic base part, and then crazy, ridiculous, spiked lower half. So, as you've known, if you've listened to me ramble on before, I have a fondness for monsters with too many limbs. And funny enough, this monster was quite similar to an other design that Alexei, who does Bestiarum Miniatures, created for a board game a while back called Sabotage, which unfortunately ended up becoming a whole debacle, but was made even more sad because they had a really cool design of a big four-legged, two-handed minotaur monster demon thing that I actually won the contest for the resin copy of on Board Game Geek. And yeah, that never happened. So at least I've got this guy to keep me company in the meantime. But yeah, so he obviously is not going to fit on one build plate. I did manage to squeeze everything in between two print jobs. Obviously his lower torso is going to take up most of that printing time all by itself. And then they are actually hollowed out. I love this head. It's just quite demonic and evil looking. Obviously, I'm going to go get this all primed up and glued together, and then we'll give you a better look at it. The base itself is a very funky design. It's also hollowed out too. But I think given a, what is this, like a 60? I think a 60 millimeter square, it'll fit quite nicely on there. If you have, oh, it seems like an 80 millimeter circle base. It's Relic Knight, but anyway. I mean, it fits quite comfortably well on that. So obviously not with the lip, but if you textured the bottom of it. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to match it up in any kind of, obviously it'll work quite well. It is a conquest base, but just in terms of a big giant square, I think it's going to work quite nicely for rank and file stuff if you wanted to have an army of these. Funny enough, there were a whole assortment of centaur-like monsters similar to this, the Armanites, in both very basic, low-ranking ones, and then the more heavily armored and armed ones, and then obviously the champion guy to go with them all. So if you're into big, nasty, demonic monsters like this, it might be worth checking out Bestiarum stuff. I will have a link down below, and I'm going to go get him put together so we can show it to you what he looks like. We'll grab some of the models and enjoy it. Alright, check it out. We got our Gorm guy all done here, except he can't really fit on the camera, so we got to fix that, don't we? Hold on a sec. There we go. So, this dude is big. It doesn't look so big because he's zoomed out here, but let's get our good old witch hunter friend on camera just to show you just how large this guy is. Damn it, every time I need him, I can't find him. He's like hiding back here with Frostgrave people. Okay. So yeah, you know, why don't we put some actual Bestiarum models in here? That would be a better choice. But let's also show it off here. So, having actually got him primed up, you can see a lot of those details a lot better. Just really, really nice sculpting there. And that backside of him is just absolutely crazy with all those spikes. I honestly was afraid I was going to break it, but somehow I managed to get it all off without, I thought I glued that on better. Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't. Good enough. Unfortunately, we did have a little bit of issues with the flushness of the leg and the rest of the body, But that's more, I think, because I did a crappy job curing it, because I basically just threw it out in the sun and left it at that, and considering it was hollow, and, you know, sometimes the resin does contract like that around those spots. Oh well. Then a little green stuff can't fix. But yeah, I'm really digging this thing. My first thought is, can I make it bigger? I don't know if it'll actually fit on the build plate with all of the supports in place, but I'm tempted to see if I can talk my brother into trying to print a version on his filament printer. He does line up quite nice once you get everything straightened away there. You can see he fits that base, as silly of shape as it may be, with some actual Bestiarum models from an earlier release. You can see he is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I absolutely am eager to go print some of the other demons so he can lead them to victory. That'll be a fun one. So we pick up our poor Inquisitor as he runs for his life. But no, do take a look. I believe these guys are now available on my mini factory. I will put a link to Bestiarum's Patreon page as well if you're curious. I found a other model I was going to show. Something I'm sure not a lot of people are familiar with. This is from Nightmare Miniatures. I was going to say this is a more economic, eco-friendly version. I finally found him and got him primed. But yeah, don't speak to me or my son ever again here, yeah? Anyways, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberling with Obscurities and Miniatures. Say thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.